This is episode 541 on the 1st of July 2022. 26th June. Can anyone tell me the significance of this date? Do you even remember what happened on this particular date? This date is one of great magnitude, not only for me, but for the world of talk shows and podcasts. Sounds remarkable, doesn't it? Well, without this particular date and the events that happen on this date, the world of talk shows and podcasts would be predictable as they are. And if not for the events on 26th June, the world of talk shows and podcasts would be boring. The mission is to disseminate information through digital media and initiate a civilized discussion in sports, education, popular culture, and entertainment. The term civilized discussion is important because in a world where there are only uncivilized discussions and shouting matches, where only arguments come forth, where only downing your fellow individual who is speaking on a topic is the trend. It is important to understand that the mission is to disseminate information through digital media and initiate a civilized discussion in sports, education, popular culture, and entertainment. So, what did happen on 26th June? Well, keep guessing because 26th June revolutionized this world and brought about a tectonic change. What kind of tectonic change? Well, let's sweat on it. But for now, let me take you back to the origins. 48 months ago, I uploaded the pilot episode at 11 a.m. The first episode was uploaded 48 months ago at 11 a.m. And things changed since then. And since then, I have never looked back. The floodgates opened. This was the first episode, and soon we would be knocking on the doors of 550 episodes. Who thought that when I started this 4 years ago? Who thought that? I could not fathom creating and curating content that all and sundry were in awe of as stocks rose. So can you guess now what happened on the 26th of June? Still no? The roots of the show grew firmer and each passing year, and now it has created its own world. Still anyone can tell me what happened on the 26th of June? No? No one? Anyone can tell me what happened on the 26th of June? No? Still no? Well, that's a matter of shame. Talk shows and podcasts and similar assortments have derived its origin from radio, it being an audio platform. But this modified version allows us to listen to various kinds of programs on a more macro level. So, having derived its origins from radio, the world of talk shows and podcasts, one can listen in now through various mediums at a more micro level. So, how does one reach a larger audience? What kind of audience is being targeted? So, to reach a larger audience, I leverage applications and tools which go beyond conventional modes and leaning on a more targeted audience. For me, my audience is anyone above 12 years of age and beyond, and irrespective of what their educational background is. If they are well versed and if they have interest in listening to good content, then this is the best audio content one can listen to. There was none better and there will be none better. When one keeps repeating the same activity, the internal expectation is to be a different person from when one started this activity, and I can feel it inside me that there is a huge change and I want to keep going at the same pace. I know what I was when I started this 48 months ago when I uploaded that legendary pilot episodes, and now 48 months later when we are on the cusp of 550 episodes, I know I have evolved when it comes to the world of talk shows and podcasts and other such audio content. And then the question becomes, who knows the improbable milestone of 5,000 episodes may be achieved? Is that a possibility? Well, everything is a possibility. But moving on to something which looks improbable for both teams, it is the India-England tournament. It has been hyped by, well, the PPED media for the last 1 month, and it has been given the moniker of a historic match. I think that's an erroneous moniker. I don't think there's anything special about this particular match. Of course, everyone has been duped by the attitude of the England team, the manner in which they conducted themselves, the ruthless aggression, going at over 5 runs per over in a 5-day game. For me, this is nothing special. This new attitude is nothing more than new wine in an old bottle. Does the change of management, that is the coaching staff and the captain, make a difference? Maybe a slight difference to how we perceive our attitudes when we want to be more aggressive, but I don't see it as anything special. Of course, the question becomes, England is the much better prepared team. Well, it's a simple equation. If India wins, the result of this series will be 3-1. Straightforward. India wins 3-1 and they will get another 12 points in the championship table, and they may rise to position number 2 in the championship table. If England wins, at best it will be a 2-all situation with one match being cancelled due to rains. Now there are two parts to it. England has prepared themselves well by playing these 3 matches against New Zealand. That's the smartest thing they have done, while India, as every pseudo expert and everyone in the world of PPED media is saying, they are undercooked, they are unprepared, and they have not played this particular format before coming to England. And the way the Indian Cricket Board has scheduled matches, it shows the attitude of the England Cricket Board towards how they look at this particular match, how they looked at this particular match. So why do we have one match this year? Because this match is being carried forward from the incidents of last year. The match was due to take place exactly 12-13 months ago, but virus struck, individuals got the flu, teams panicked, and then they requested their particular governing bodies to please postpone the match, and it was hesitantly agreed by both the governing bodies, citing financial losses. But the Indian Cricket Board doesn't care if other governing bodies cite financial losses. But if India is undercooked and unprepared, fair enough. England is worn out. So who is in the driver's seat, and how long will England's ruthless aggression and all the 4 and 6's mindset continue? New Zealand was a decent team. They have after all won the Test World Cup, but that was only won on the basis of poor scheduling and just a bit of luck on New Zealand's side. And then this idiom that good people should always finish first is a ridiculous assessment. There are no good people or good players or bad players, and there are no, well, there's a presumption that New Zealand are the good guys. I'm not going to agree with this ridiculous assessment. That's absolutely ridiculous, because just because they don't jump every time something excitable happens, they don't use expletives every time something excitable happens, doesn't make them the good guys. But this particular match had to happen because it's part of the schedule. It was postponed for whatever reasons, ridiculous reasons they may be, but once panic starts, if an individual gets the flu and then it spreads literally like wildfire, there's nothing anyone can do about it. And the Indian Cricket Board was able to bully and pressurize the England Cricket Board to postpone the match. Even if the England Cricket Board cited sponsorship losses and financial losses and ticketing losses, the Indian Cricket Board didn't care. We all know what happened last year, and we all know how the entire thing happened. But the series could even end up at 2-1 because rain is going to play a factor. If you are in England, you are in June, July, rain is going to play a huge role as far as this particular match is concerned. So all three results are possible. So I'm not really taken in by England's newfound attitude. As I said, it's a new wine in an old bottle. Change of management makes no difference, because how long is the contract given to the particular coach, one doesn't know. That this individual, whoever is the coach of England and whoever is the coach of India, they don't have contracts forever. They have a 2-year contract, a 3-year contract at best. Then their contract will be renewed. But there's hardly it happens that a coach is given a second term. On an average in this sport, a coach lasts 3 to 4 years and then another one comes. Captains can continue, but then even captains are scrutinized. So let's not get too carried away by this newfound attitude of England, because it has not surprised me. But what is going to happen in this particular match? What will be the team that I choose? The team has already been chosen, but what will be my team? That's more important. The team selected by or guessed by the pseudo media and the PPED media is insignificant. What they choose, what they have in mind is absolutely insignificant. So it really doesn't matter what they think, but it is crucial and it really matters what I think should be the team for this particular match. Well, it's a universal truth and a known fact that Rohit has been ruled out due to illness. He hasn't recovered fully, so they don't want to risk him. And then he's already in jail time and isolation time, being kept away from the players so that if others don't get it. But what would be my team? Of course, the speculation is that they would want Pujara to open because the lack of experience at the opening slot. So my team would be, I would go with Mayank and Shubman Gill. If Pujara is deemed to open, he can open. So one between Mayank, Shubman Gill and Pujara. Two between Mayank, Shubman Gill and Pujara can open. If that happens, Vihari at 3, Kohli at 4, Iyer at 5. In my book, Pant is my captain. They have already designated Bumrah the captain, which I'm also happy about because I see a very similar attitude in Bumrah and Patrick Cummins. So Patrick Cummins is the captain of the Australian team, a fast bowler captain, which is never easy in this particular scenario. It's never easy to become a fast bowling captain. India rarely have had it. and it's been quite a while since India have had a fast bowling captain, but that's their captain, not my captain. For me, my captain, no matter how juvenile it looks, is Pant. He is the best person to lead in this situation. He has the experience, he has the pedigree, he has a ruthless aggression, and he has the instinct to be a very good captain. So in my book, Pant is the captain. And then there's a choice between Jadeja and Ashwin as one of the all-rounders, and it's a tough cookie which of these two individuals can be selected. Both of them are good batters, good bowlers, and India would certainly want to go with 4 fast bowlers and one between Jadeja and Ashwin. They would not want to risk 3+2 and then later on face the brunt that we did not have a 4th bowler, and that is where a Hardik Pandya would have been so useful. He would have been an absolute asset, and the decision not to picking up in the 5-day team is a very juvenile decision by the selection committee, by the vanilla selection committee. So for me, Pant is the captain and wicketkeeper, though the designated official captain is Bumrah. It's fine, he deserves a chance. Maybe this is his first and only captaincy, depending on how long Rohit Sharma carries on and what kind of pressure do we put on Rohit Sharma. How long? It won't be long before the age factor becomes a discussion in the circles of PPED media, indirectly questioning he's already 35. How long can he carry on? His captaincy stint was always going to be a bridge between him and the next captain. And the ones in line are Rahul, Pant, Iyer for now, and even Pandya as a test captain. They risked Ben Stokes as a test captain, so why can't I even risk Pandya as a test captain? I would do that. I would absolutely do that. Just imagine that scenario. But that's the way things are. Is it an inexperienced batting lineup? No. You have Pujara with over 90 matches, Kohli with over 100 matches, Pant has played over 30, Jadeja or Ashwin have played over 60 matches, Shami, Bumrah, Siraj have at least played 20 plus matches. So it's not inexperience, and I don't think they will be affected by this newfound ruthless aggression which people have been affected by, as if this was the wild card that was missing. It's a wild card, so it was all, something was always going to be missing. Of course, the way they chased down 250 plus was impressive, but they were always going to do that. The coach would have not influenced that decision, and I'm not surprised Bairstow redeems himself by playing those situations. But there's a long way to go, and a lot of things can happen between now and the next year's finals. Which two teams will make it to the finals of the Test World Cup remains to be seen, because 12 points are on stake, and that is the most important thing. So my final 11 for tonight's game, I would open with Pujara and Gill, Vihari at 3, Kohli at 4, Iyer at 5, Pant at 6, one between Jadeja and Ashwin, who I don't know, Thakur as the all-rounder with Jadeja or Ashwin, Shami, Bumrah, Siraj, a perfect team. England will obviously go with 3 fast bowlers, 1 spinner, and Stokes as the all-rounder. Though Stokes is hardly going to bowl, so England have 4 bowlers, and they have Root if needed as one of the part-time bowlers. So I think it's an equal team. Despite England's performances against New Zealand, it really doesn't matter. You could see, you will know what exactly happens. Both teams have good fast bowlers. They have a bowler reaching 40, another bowler reaching 36, and everyone is mesmerized by Broad and Anderson, who have been doing this for a better part of 2 decades. and they are still in awe of Broad and Anderson, what they can do. But Broad and Anderson are now in the past. It's time for Suraj and Bumrah and Thakur and Prasidh Krishna and Arshdeep and the likes to take the lead. But that's another debatable topic on another day. So, what will happen in tonight's game? As I said, if India is undercooked and underprepared, England is worn out. They will obviously be feeling the fatigue after playing three tough matches. Will they have the same momentum? Will they have gas left in the tank to carry on and show that aggression? Well, that remains to be seen. But three results are possible. India wins 3-1, England wins 2-all, rain affects the game, India wins 2-1. But rain is going to affect the game, that's for sure. There is no way rain is not going to be a part of the decision making process of this particular match. So this ends episode number 541 on the 1st of July 2022. Stay tuned for the next episode on the 8th of July 2022. Once again, I repeat, stay tuned for the next episode on the 8th of July 2022.